NFL on EA Sports. And walking out of today's game against the Chiefs. City. We say hello to Brandon Guy.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here we've got a good one in store between the London Monarchs and the Kansas City Chiefs. 35-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. David Emerson able to bring him down. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now a second down throw for Winston. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. A very solid gain of 27.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
2nd down and just 1. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And on the ground they go with the running back. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Winston now. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. So our initial drive here this afternoon results in 3. I'm not sure that was a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
No question about it, Brandon. You had a crowd that was all fired up during pregame introductions, yet you're able to quiet them just a little bit by taking the early lead.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. On the direct snap, it's Booker. Here's Gordon. And that formation won't yield much here as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets a tone for the offense.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And this is Randall here over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
2 yards to go here on 3rd down. They'll run it now. Here's Dunbar. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key 3rd down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
And some room to maneuver. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. This will be taken short. And now here comes Kansas City. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. As we get a look at the defensive starters, the secondary, they're certainly going to need to be on their toes in this one.
And you know me really well. Where do I start analyzing a game? From the secondary. And these guys have to be on point today. They're facing a high-powered attack.
Now it's the fullback. This is Nikita Whitlock. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Now, that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your playlist.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. To throw is Smith. A bullet throw, but incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. Now 4th down. Now the Chiefs bring on their field goal unit. And he pushed it. Pushed it from short distance. Wide right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So a bullet dodge there defensively. They surrender excellent field position on the kick return, but it winds up not costing them a thing.
And that's a tough sequence of events from an offensive perspective. The inability to get first downs leads to the field goal try. And the inability to cash that in leads to nothing on the scoreboard.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Vontaze Burfict, 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to...
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Whitner. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. He's going to rifle one, and this is caught. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure...
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Geno Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? First and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
Here comes Grant on the return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
Michael Brockers was a first-round pick coming out of college and has done nothing but enhance that status. A tremendous player inside.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Going up top, looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Offense still needing 10 yards, 2nd down. And again here, we'll see the Wildcat. Flicker from the Wildcat. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
So let me make sure I have this right. He's already found the end zone once, and now he's ripped off a big chunk of yardage here on this one. His confidence is awfully high. So now I've got to put myself in the shoes of the defensive coordinator. Do I go ahead and sell out to try and stop him and force him to do something different? Or do I risk him having a big monster day against my defense?
Now Gordon on 1st down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one good for 12 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Look, the 1st down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a 1st down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. Shift together here from the D-line. Here's the fullback. This is Whitlock. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And not only did he drop.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there. 3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And Frank's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a good kick that time, and he's able to redeem himself from the previous miss.
And fortunately for him, he got the chance to do that not long after missing the first time. Sometimes a whole game goes by, and you don't get that chance at all. So you keep it with you till the next time you take the field.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And the big tight end shifting around. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown! Brandon Cooks with his 16th touchdown of the year. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And out come the Chiefs now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now Gordon. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the score.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by David Amerson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing now is Gino. It's caught. Jones. First down coming there on the intermediate pass passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
It's a gain of 14 there, and that'll be good for a KC first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see. From the gun, here's Smith. He's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. The interception, Winston. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and he will take it in for the touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Here's Hauschka for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now Jones. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Second down following the run. They come up in an offset eye. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Booker on first down. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. After the run, Smith going to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down.
And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Off the play fake, Winston. He's got a man, it's Corey Coleman. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
It's caught left side by Cooks. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Winston now from the 50. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Sterling Moore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break all square. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. You got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you? Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Another toe for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Third and 2, Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Miles Jack with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 20. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Winston now to throw on first down. He sets to fire deep, and they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. To throw, Winston. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
On third down, Winston. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. A couple of Chiefs there to bring him down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Another pistol look here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And an alley to run. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. Touchdown! A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys are going to take the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They come out here in the I. This is Gordon. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
3rd and long, it's Smith. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And here now the offense heading back out there. They go play action here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 18 on that one. And it'll give them the 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 1st and 10, Winston escaping the pressure right. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Lardarius Webb. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Yet again, here's a Wildcat look. Here's Gordon now, the direct snap from center. On the run, Dunbar. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed of the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
So the D-line's going to spread out. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith trying to lay one up deep. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the 2nd half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. We're back now in KC. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. So it'll be 1st down here after the run. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Now a second down throw for Winston. Going for the deep ball. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Tough spot for the offense, 3rd and 8. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough. Now
they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent.
On left side by Cooks. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Winston. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. To the air again with Winston. Being chased out left. And his pass incomplete. The tight end Luke Wilson was the target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Sterling Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Gordon. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Let's go!
They run it here with Gordon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. It's caught. Jones. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Pryor has it complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 31 yards.
We know it's tough enough to pick up 1st downs on 3rd down plays. But when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying. And on that play, the prayer was answered.
Here we go.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Smith. And Rudolph has it left side. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. 27 yards on the game there. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case...
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Geno Smith with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Here comes Grant on the return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Here we go with 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. It's Patrick Robinson there on the stop.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
But it was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Now it's Smith. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now it's Smith. He's got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Another Wildcat look here. We've seen this a lot. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's 4th down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect.
Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So now here's the kicker, Andrew Franks, in a pressure spot. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And oh, the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work out there. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now this offense ready to take over again. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. A second down throw for Winston. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And they'll run it here. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Winston now to throw on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to cut it back left here. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Now this game was dramatic all the way through.
That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy, but the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, David.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for our visitors, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. They'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.
What's up, guys? Now, if you get a chance to watch this game, I play against the #1 player in my league, who is the defending Super Bowl champ. And I must say, this game went back and forth to the wire. I started Geno Smith and everything was going my way. Let's look at the highlights. Bench my quarterback for Geno Smith and he scores. In the first half, I was doing good. Melvin Gordon, he is the best running back in this league. Nobody could have stopped Melvin Gordon. He could have stopped Melvin Gordon. I proved I can run the ball against him. But fourth quarter, he tried to come back. I mean, he had Jameis Winston, Brandon Cooks. I could have stopped that goal. I stopped it. I'm like, I need to find something. But I picked him off at least 7 times. And Geno Smith scored again. But you can't lie. Went for on 4th and down to Julio Jones first. Then 4th down and 5 again with Terrell Pryor. Then 4th down again. My quarterback had to roll out the pocket and give it to Rudolph. Then in overtime, here's the thing. The fake field goal. Now he got the ball back, tried to throw a Hail Mary, but it got picked off. Geno Smith, Jameis Winston, I picked him off 7 times. Geno Smith, 11 for 23, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I proved Melvin Gordon, 29 carries, 142 yards, 1 touchdown. I injured another running backs. Lance Dunbar, Booker, he had a few things. He shut Julio Jones down, I can't lie. 3 catches for 65 yards. But give it to my defense. No, let's just go to my defense. Mike Mitchell, 4 tackles, 2 assists, 6 total, 2 interceptions. Sterling Moore, 2 interceptions. Dante Whitner, an interception. David Amusa, my starting quarterback, an interception. Ladarius Webb, an interception.